Kimse yok mu? While starting off our activities with the intent of embracing every needy individual all over the world, regardless of ethnicity, religion, language, and gender, we aim to provide remedial, constructive, consistent, and permanent aid. We grew more at each step, made with cooperation, solidarity, and togetherness. The initial achievement of the Humanitarian Association mission was followed by the status of association for public benefit, and then we were granted an Outstanding Service Award by the Grand National Assembly of Turkey. Afterwards, we were accepted to the UN Economic and Social Council as a consulting establishment. With 29 branches and tens of thousands of volunteers, we are continuing in our activities in Turkey and in 90 countries all over the world. These activities are carried out with ASYA, search and rescue, domestic and international aid activities, permanent aid activities, aid activities in education, Medicaid activities, and activities realized during Ramadan and the Feast of Sacrifice, or Eid al-Adha. ASYA, a professional natural disaster search and rescue team equipped with the latest technology and composed of individuals from various professional careers, such as engineers, medical doctors, accountants. ASYA stands for the initials of the Turkish words for search and rescue, health and aid. Aiming to extract anyone crying for help under the disaster wrecks, ASYA first participates in search and rescue activities during a natural disaster, then succors the survivors by providing them with medical and social support teams. Van earthquake. We reached Van with 120 lorries of aid material. Hundreds of thousands of people were delivered hot food by soup kitchens prepared by us. We provided psychological support to survivors with our volunteer professionals, and we donated prefabricated houses to those who had lost their homes. We came to help people in disasters that occurred in Batman, Iskenderun, Diyarbakır, Elazığ, and the Thrace region of Turkey. We acted with the same fidelity to people living in other parts of the world. We reached Pakistan, Haiti, Japan, Indonesia, Peru, and Myanmar by trains and cargo planes to provide the disaster victims' urgent necessities. International aid activities. Kimse Yok mu provides aid not only during natural disasters, but also to countries and people suffering for various reasons, to the victims of war, drought, and poverty. Arakan, Rakhine, and Syria are just two examples of this. We provided nourishment, clothing, sanitation, health, and hot food to Syrian and Rakhine refugees stuck in conflict and who had to leave their homes. Such aid activities are still continuing. Palestine, Yemen, Chad, Bangladesh, Uganda, Kenya, Somalia, and Sudan. Those who are in need who contact Kimse Yok mu are never neglected. All those in need contacting Kimse Yok mu by letter are registered and visited by our staff in order to define the applicant's necessities. In accordance with the nature of the necessity, we provide house rent, clothing, and food to those families. Their debts are paid if they exist. For clothing support activities done as part of such individual aid organization, we established clothing stores and named them Baran Kindness Centers so that those in need could have the clothes that they wished for. Permanent aid activities. As Kimse Yok mu, we built new structures to replace those lost so that we could help revive lost dreams and hopes. We built water wells to bring an end to the aridity in the lives of people. Tens of thousands of people in Africa rejoiced at having fresh water by hundreds of water wells drilled. We built hospitals and established health centers to provide health necessities of needy people. Hospitals in Sudan and Haiti are completed. We built schools and dormitories so that students would have a better education for a brighter future for their countries. In this regard, we built dormitories in Van and Erjish and schools in Pakistan, Sudan, Myanmar, and Indonesia. In addition, we are continuing our permanent aid activities with hospitals, orphanages, soup kitchens, schools and dormitories in Somalia, Kenya, Uganda, and Ethiopia, which we began after the great drought disaster struck East Africa. Aid activities in education. We are aware of the fact that education means our future. In our country, we are providing stationery, school clothing, and education expenses of students, and supporting them with scholarships. We provided for the education expenses of school children in Van and Erjish, and these students were given scholarships. We set up tents and prefabricated education centers for the continuation of their education. As part of the Africa Education Project, 622 students selected from refugee camps and orphanages were brought to Turkey so that they could have a better education. These students are from Somalia, Kenya, Uganda, Ethiopia, and the Democratic Republic of Congo. Medicaid activities. Health is one of the urgent issues to be resolved in many countries in the world. Tens of thousands of patients were given ambulatory care services and had medical operations in Kenya, Uganda, and Somalia. Thousands of people in Africa were tested for malaria, and some regions were disinfected. Hundreds of thousands of children in Ethiopia were given medical screening. With our volunteer doctors, Kimse Yok went to Africa to bring light to cataract patients. Tens of thousands of cataract patients in Sudan, who were before yearning for light, said hello to the colors of the world, and they are still continuing to say so. For patients in Turkey suffering from major diseases, we are providing aid with individual health campaigns. Ramadan and the Sacrificed Feast aid activities. During the holy month of Ramadan, aid activities initiated with the motto of Ramadan is fraternity. Aid boxes composed of basic food were delivered to needy people in 81 provinces of Turkey and over 70 countries throughout the world. Through iftar or fast-breaking tents, iftar dinners were provided to tens of thousands of people throughout the world, regardless of religion, ethnicity, language, and color. Needy people were provided with new clothes and presents for the Ramadan feast. We also aimed to touch the hearts of people at the Feast of Sacrifice. We set off to many provinces in Turkey, mainly to Van, and many countries in the world, mainly to Somalia, to exchange feast greetings. The meat of the animals sacrificed under the control of Kimse Yok volunteers was delivered to needy families. Feast visits were realized to 180,000 families in Turkey and throughout the world. If you would like to be part of these activities done with the heart, you could become a volunteer for health, education, logistics, search and rescue, and media, or become one of our charitable supporters by making donations. For this, you may visit Kimse Yok headquarters or offices. Visit www.kimseyokmu.org.tr. Or call our phone line 4444-593. Kimse Yok Solidarity and Aid Association.